TaeJa Shipyards.
Maybe a mothership.
Oh, that'd be good.
Over on the left side of the map, it is our Terran from the Team Slayers. Winner of the last game with some nice defense. Over on the bottom left part of the map at TaeJa Shipyard, he is known as
Slayers TaeJa.
There you go. Thanks, Moltrap. I can count on you. There he is. TSL coach is sitting right next to us watching this guy play from the team TSL. He is our blue Protoss player.
TSL JYP.
Go.
JYP. And I'm curious to see what he's going to decide to do this time. Yeah, he's got the happy pin. It's been something the TSL players have been wearing lately. Saw it the other day. Thanks again to Pepsi and G-Skill for sponsoring the GSL. GG, guys.
TaeJa, by the way, used to go by the name Crown Prince.
Yeah, well, TaeJa means prince or king, I guess, in Korean. So.
Okay, there you go.
Yep.
Maybe that's just, all right, maybe that's just a nickname then.
Yep.
JYP, of course, used to be smart.
Yeah, that's right. He used to be TSL.
But now he's dumb.
Smart.
Haha. No, just kidding. No, his name used to be smart.
That
was bad.
Oh, man.
TaeJa's going to wall off his ramp, by the way, and JYP is putting a hidden pylon across the map. That is very interesting. I'm curious to see what we're going to see from that, if we're going to see some proxy tech.
Could
He's going to hide 3 gateways or something.
Could very well be. He noticed his opponent walled off last game. He may decide to go for some sort of Void Ray all-in or, Void Ray expand, possibly.
Well,
but,
actually,
I mean, the Void Ray all-in is actually really good on this map, so.
Another thing he might do is he might just have that pylon outside of his base just because he was scouting there anyways and he needed a pylon. So he's like, all right, well, I might as well put this pylon elsewhere so that when TaeJa scouts my base and doesn't see it, he gets confused and worried that there's a proxy.
That is another part to it, too, is that, yeah, when TaeJa sees that, at this level, players are going to be counting pylons. He's going to be wondering where that one is. Makes it a little bit harder to proxy stuff, obviously, because your opponent knows that there's something out there somewhere.
Yeah, and because there's only one pylon in JYP's base, and so he knows there has to be a second pylon somewhere. So if he's paying attention to that.
1-Rack's gasless expand, actually, from TaeJa.
Huh.
A little bit riskier to do again, I feel, against Protoss, just because you get, first couple stalkers out there and just micro, and, you can just kill Terran if you get lucky just with your first couple stalkers.
Yeah.
He is getting that bunker, though. I mean, you see some players play really risky and not get the bunker. That's just plain silly, Moltrap.
I mean, yeah, I'm sorry for thinking it.
Yeah, if you're going to do that, you just need to make the blind bunker. It's plain and simple.
Yeah, especially if you've scouted and you think there might be a proxy somewhere.
Yeah, well, I mean, if you don't, you just die to stalkers. It's as simple as that.
Yeah.
Putting down a couple more barracks right now and getting his first gas. This is also another thing that might make, Void Ray play work a little bit better here. It looks like he's going to move back in. And, yeah, he's going to need to pull back. Oh, he actually lost
the zealot.
Yep. He was not getting zealot. He was trying to distract the bunker to get that probe in to scout his opponent.
Nice.
Seeing that bunker in the front, though, like that, could possibly kind of let him know about that gasless expand. I'm wondering if he actually saw the command center.
Yeah, it was a good move by TaeJa to target fire down that probe so it couldn't get in. Oh, Stalker taking some damage. The Zealot has wisely gone home already.
Yeah, nothing
actually it's gone to the
that
tower.
Proxy pylon, so. All right, so he's just going to go 1 gate expand into Robo then. And he's kind of like, well, if you're going to go very, risky expand, very greedy, I'm going to do the same thing.
That's smart. Yeah, and he does have pylons kind of around the map now. So, I mean, those are good pylons. They're along the standard, or what you would, not standard, but they're along very good patterns for medevacs to fly. So he can spot medevac drops very easily with those pylons.
That's
they go
also
around the side of the map.
true.
So it may have just been thinking ahead, using his first couple pylons for sort of forward-thinking.
Oh yeah, that's a great
strategy
thing to bring up as well. Yeah, always good to catch drops. +1 already being researched, so it looks like TaeJa might just want to go for a +1 timing attack with his bio here, getting that factory at the same time. Probably going to be able to get a medevac or 2 out, possibly once. Well, yeah, +1's going to be finished right about the time he would get his starport. So I don't know if he's going to wait for medevacs or something like that. Interesting kind of choice to get that +1 so quickly, because if he's not going to attack with it, is there really a reason to get it so early?
Well, he doesn't actually. Let me just double check this. Actually.
Oh, there we go. Well, he's getting stim right now, so the medevac timing would match up much better with stim. So.
Well, the other thing is he doesn't know exactly what JYP is up to right now. He doesn't know what strat he's going for, what his army composition is like. He hasn't scouted very much at all. So oftentimes, most of the time these days, you see Protoss players going for that heavy Zealot, Guardian Shield, early armor upgrades attack, and so you kind of, when they're doing that, you almost need to get early +1, even earlier than them, because if they chrono boost out their upgrades, they can get ahead of you. So he may just be preemptively getting +1 weapons so that he doesn't get destroyed by heavy upgrade Zealots later on in the game.
That's possible. Yeah, those upgrades are really difficult to deal with, especially those fast armor upgrades that you see Protoss getting once in a while. And you know what, Moltrap?
What's that?
Watching these games is making me want to give up playing single player again. It's so tough. I'm playing through the single player for the first time ever right now. I know it's been out for a year, but I haven't. Every time I play single player, I'm like, I could be laddering. I could be, practicing builds. I could be playing.
Well,
with my friends.
different people enjoy different things. I enjoy the single player personally, to be honest with you. I've actually beaten the single player 3 times.
Wow, I'm dedicated. Don't let me.
I'm going to brag a little bit. I actually have 100% achievements on the campaign.
Wow,
100%.
That's pretty good.
So I had to play through it 3 times for that.
I just want to see the story. I mean, I kind of already knows what happens. I want to see the cutscenes and everything. And it is kind of fun.
It is fun.
All right, those Stalkers are going to need to make a run for it. And, a couple units getting cut off there.
He actually is going to kill off some Marines. Now, he actually warped in 3 Zealots on the high ground with a proxy pylon in the main.
Oh, Zealots in the main base of
And
TaeJa.
they are killing SCVs left, right, center, up, down.
That sounds like you're describing how to play Dance Dance Revolution, Moltrap.
5 or 6 SCV kills on those Zealots before they get cleaned up. So nice little attack. JYP distracting at the front, killing Marines in the front, killing SCVs in the back.
Which
Very
base
nicely
will
done.
he take? So Colossus,
Oh, God.
let's move right along from that joke, right? So Colossus and Thermal Lance on the way for JYP, getting the Forge Burst upgrades. So probably going to see +1 armor on that, because it is quite good against Terran. And so the upgrades keep rolling for both of these players right now. Pretty decent drop coming in. They're going to be able to take out this pylon here at the very least.
Yeah, see that pylon, in a sense, scouted that and shut down that drop pretty easily.
Yeah.
And JYP moving across the map with a Colossus. I don't believe. Yeah, TaeJa still hasn't scouted JYP's base in a long time. He does not know their Colossus tech out. Well, he may
knows
suspect.
now. That dead Marine let him know, man.
That dead Marine let him know. He's making some Vikings preemptively, actually.
That's
but
good.
I don't know if he's going to be able to deal with this Thermal Lance upgraded Colossus very easily.
Well, he needs to be very, very careful here. Yeah, you see him pulling back the gateway units. He knows he can outrange things with that Colossi. Unfortunately, the Vikings can outrange the Stalkers, and here comes TaeJa. Oh, nice force field trapping a lot of that bio, but he doesn't really have enough to handle those Vikings at the moment, so he's going to need to pull back.
Exactly.
Yeah, way too early to be losing any Colossus right now.
Very powerful ground army, but he only had 2 Stalkers left. He could not pick the Vikings off before he lost his Colossus. He needed to save those. It's kind of interesting, though, that the splash of those Colossus almost killed like 5 depots at once, and if he had, he would have been severely supply blocked.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing that saved him is ridiculously long range of the Vikings. Oh, speaking of saving things, is he going to be able to save the Medivacs? Yes, he is.
Barely.
Kind of anticlimactic. I was expecting one to get taken out.
Level 1 weapons is about to finish for the ground units of JYP.
Yep.
That's his only upgrade now, though, so the 1-1 infantry of TaeJa is going to be superior.
Yeah, 2-2 sometime soon. The factory, the sacrificial factory, is scouting out the base.
That's right. And that factory distracting JYP's entire army while the drop goes into his new 3rd.
Oh, tell that factory's grandchildren he was a hero. All right, that's going to need to get canceled.
Very likely.
Yep, he does need to cancel that, and he does.
Yeah, his whole army was back in his main, literally attacking that factory, which is still alive for now. It's burning down, though.
Yep.
And he's just going to go ahead and leave a Marine and get that drop out of there.
The Marines are like, don't drop me right there. It's a long way down into space.
He's like, wait, you want me to stay where? What?
But if you dropped him right there, wouldn't he just like...
They're like, no, don't worry, we'll come back for you. We'll come back for you. He's like, are you sure?
Like lands on that asteroid way below.
Well, that Marine's dead now anyway, so...
Just build a supply depot down there and never lose again.
2-2 is on the way for TaeJa, by the way, and he's going to have 2-2 at the same time that JYP has 1-1. That's going to be not very good. Now, here's the thing, though. More Colossus coming out and Templar Archives coming out for JYP. Templar attack so good against Bio. Nice tech switch.
Oh, he doesn't get the Observer, though. This is one of the ways you can do it. Some players like to get their Ghost Academy a little bit earlier. TaeJa decided to go for upgrades instead. He's adding his Ghost Academy on now, which is relatively late, but it's because he decided to get those upgrades. And, either way is a fine way to do it, kind of depending on what your opponent's doing. Getting that +1 shipped weapons as well. And, I don't know, I feel like TaeJa wants to move in and do something right now, but that is a pretty powerful army for JYP. But every moment that TaeJa waits and doesn't drop or do any sort of harassment, that's just all the more powerful JYP is going to end up being.
Yeah, JYP trying to be mobile on the map, trying to be active with his stalkers now that he does have Blink.
Yeah.
But TaeJa's just keeping on top of his army, can't get anything done with that. Storm is now being researched as well as Charge.
Yep.
So I think we're going to wait. JYP doesn't want to do anything until he gets those 2 upgrades, and then he's going to have a far more effective army. Then he's going to be able to actually win battles.
He's going to be switching over to Templar tech as well, which is going to be quite helpful. A couple Zealots there, letting JYP know that the 3rd has been taken. Pretty helpful. So, taking a look at the supply right now, they're both almost dead even at the moment.
Yep, almost dead even. Almost dead even in Harvesters and bases as well. Very, very close game. It is going to come down to the control of the next big battle, and TaeJa is kind of missing out on his opportunity to get something done before there's Charge and Storm, because they are moments from finishing.
Yeah.
He already has some Templar that he made earlier to charge up energy.
Yep, good idea there with that. And that's the thing is TaeJa's got 1 Ghost on the way. Oh, he's actually making a Reaper too to possibly do some scouting. Although sometimes when you're clicking really fast, you accidentally hit the Reaper key. I've seen that a couple times.
Now, TaeJa, catching these stalkers off guard in the middle of the map. And they can't blink away. Every one of them dies. That is actually huge, because now there is absolutely nothing to protect those Colossus from the Vikings. There's like 4 sentries, and they cannot kill Vikings.
There's Storm, and that's about it.
There is Storm. There is that's all. He's gonna have to depend on Storm. Otherwise, he's gonna lose all of his Colossus.
Not a great situation for JYP at the moment. You still got a decent army. The Zealots do have Charge. 3-3 is getting close to finishing for TaeJa, though. So in a straight-up fight, TaeJa with his Ghost now is looking okay.
EMP hits a few of the Templar. A few of the sentries. Only knocking out the shields, though. He still has several force fields, because they only do 100. Only take off 100 energy.
Needs to be so careful right now. He needs those High Templar to stay alive. Needs those Storms. Here we go. And I don't know if this is the best engagement for JYP right now. TaeJa's going to try to come with the ramp. The Templar on the wrong side.
Oh no, what's he going to storm up? No! He snipes all the Templar! No storms go up! The Vikings absolutely slaughter all the Colossus. The Bio army, with nothing to hinder them, is going to chase down the rest of JYP's army. And TaeJa with a 2-1 supply lead. Looks like he's going to barrel over JYP for a 2-0 win in this series. Can JYP pull out anything to hold off this push?
It's going to be very, very difficult. He's going to lose his 3rd at the absolute least. I don't know. Here comes some more stuff. Nice. GG. And Slayer's TaeJa 2-0 against GSL JYP. The last Protoss has been eliminated from GSL Code A.
TaeJa absolutely dominating the Protoss Messiah.
Yeah, he really outplayed him. No question about it. I had my money on JYP. I guess the stats don't lie.
Fork it over, man. Fork it over.
I don't remember betting anything.
Yeah, we agreed to... No, we didn't. I wish we had.
And JYP looking pretty disappointed.
Give me your esports dollars, Noah.
I'll give you a couple of them.
All right.
You can have a couple. JYP going to the up and down matches, though, so, at least he got that far. That's kind of, the important thing. If you're going to get into Code A, at least get to the up and down matches. So he's got that chance to get into Code S. But TaeJa, he just straight up outplayed him both games. Not much else to say, really.
Yeah, he did just do that. He just outplayed him. And it just came down, like I said, it came down to control in that one battle. If things gone a little bit differently, if he'd gotten some storms off on TaeJa's army, if he'd been better at, targeting down the Vikings or something like that, or if he'd even switched up tech a little bit earlier, he kept making Colossus even when there were Viking superiority in the air. If he'd switched over into full Templar, then those would have been wasted in that battle, and it might have been different as well. Because there was at least a dozen Vikings.
Yeah, the big thing too is that there were so many stalkers that got killed right at the end of the game. That was like the big tipping point. Things were kind of even up until then. And then just losing those Stalkers ended any chance of maybe letting those Colossi do any sort of real damage, you know?
Yep. So it did come down to that one final battle, and TaeJa, with some beautiful snipes, didn't even try and EMP those Templar. He actually just pew, 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 sniped them and took them out. So no... I mean, I may have missed like one storm or something like that, but there was not like heaps of storm laid down on the army.
I saw a single storm in that
I don't
fight,
remember seeing a single one.
Yeah.
And the Colossus were doing a lot of damage too, but again, with so many Vikings in the air, they got killed before they could really polish off the bio.
Yep. No Stalkers, no real anti-air.
Exactly.
So pretty easy win for Slayer's TaeJa at the end of the day for that one. And sorry, Protoss fans. What can you do?
Sorry, Protoss fans, you're going to have to tune in tomorrow in the afternoon. We got an early show. Huck's going to be playing in Code S tomorrow, so there's still some hope there. We're going to take a quick 5-minute break. Come on back for the second half of the round of 8 of Code A after this.